Ugh. Can you make me the host?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Okay, there we go. All right, everyone. Oh, geez, where did it go? There we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good morning and welcome, everyone. And I'm so glad you're here. Great to see you all. I see some of you are back for a second round this morning. Good for you.
No chair with this one, right?
What's that?
No chair, right?
The chair is optional. We do a lot of balance work. So depending on where you are with your balance, you may need a chair. At the end, we do sit down for stretching.
Okay.
Yep.
And we'll need weights, right?
No weights today. No weights. No weights for balance and flexibility. You guys, we have Todd with us this morning from Get Set Up. He will start the recording so that the class will be, actually, I believe it's already started, so that the class will be available later. Todd is available directly in the chat for you to ask questions. If you're having any trouble with your audio or video, please reach out directly to Todd in the chat. So welcome, everybody. Today's class is balance and flexibility. We will be using a chair for support as we test our balance, as well as at the end when we do our stretching. We do a good bit of the hip stretching seated. So a chair would be necessary at that time if you're going to stay for the hip stretches, which a lot of people seem to enjoy. We have 36 folks online already with us this morning. Let me share my screen so that we can go through the slides and get started. So as I said, this morning's class is balance and flexibility. Welcome to Morning Fitness with Stacy. Start your day strong and balanced. I am your guide. My name is Stacy, and I've been teaching fitness and involved in the fitness industry since 1985. I absolutely love connecting with other adults who love fitness as well as I do, or maybe don't, but looking to get started and struggling a little bit with it. I do my best to make fitness fun and accessible to all people, regardless of your current fitness level or ability. So if you're interested in improving your health and overall wellness, I am here to help you, and I love doing it. Get Set Up is this training and educational platform that helps you learn wonderful and useful things from people just like yourself so that you can continue to live your best life, be independent, and challenge yourself to get involved in new activities. Honestly, these slides sometimes have a mind of their own. So we do learn from one another, and ideally you have your cameras on. I can see a glimpse into your workout space, and we learn from one another. It's the way we connect, and I love that. If you're here by live stream because you found us on the website, welcome. So glad you're here. Just remember that the best way to participate fully is to join us and actually register for class. And Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services. Be sure you check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program, especially if you have health conditions or take any medications, or if you know that you have limitations, or if you're recovering from an accident or an illness. If your doctor has given you limitations, recommendations, or restrictions regarding your exercise intensity or range of motion, be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations and not anything that I show or demonstrate during the class. Again, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to spotlight myself so that you can see me easier. I'm going to adjust my camera so that my head isn't cut off. I think this will do it. It's one or the other, folks. It's going to be either my head or my feet. I think that might do it. We'll have a little bit of both available. So today's class, as I said, balance and flexibility. Make sure you have your water available. I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side. You might see my equipment here from some of my other classes. I'm going to get a little bit of rhythm going here so that I have a little bit of something to rely on. This class, a lot of the balance work can best be described as slow motion cardio. So we're going to start with a gentle warm up. I have my chair here available if I want to hold on. We're going to do a slow march. So this isn't as quick as the movements in my other classes, in my cardio especially. We get our heart rate up, we get our body warm, and our respiration increases. But we're really not about that in this class. We really want to focus on strengthening the muscles for balance while we're moving so that we can prevent falls. That's really the goal here. So let's take a wide march, and we're going to really slow it down. Lift that knee if you can. I have my toes pointed out at 11 and 1 o'clock as a guide. And let's bring our legs back into the normal position. Slow motion march right here. See how I'm already challenging my balance? I had a little bit of a bobble right there, but the chair is here just in case. So what do we need for balance? We need good, strong posture and nice core musculature. So let's do 2 slow and 4 quicker. Right here, here, and 4 a little bit faster. Right here, lift. Right here, lift. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to try and do this alternating sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift and hold. Lift and hold, then 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it? Lift and hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, lift and hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing, wide. Get into your comfortable position, and here we go. Taking it slowly, lift and hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift and hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift and hold, there it is, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift and hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and march. There it is. Nice and slow. Let's take our arms open wide again so we can do a gentle rock side to side. Starting out, keep your toes on the floor. So as you rock, you still have that stable base. Rocking side to side. There it is. You got it. And gradually, can you lift your foot just ever so slightly? Keep the momentum going. We're not doing a challenge yet. Just starting out right here. Now let's slow it down. Hold, hold, and 4 up to speed. Here it is. Hold, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and hold. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold here, and rock. 2, 3, 4. Last time. To each side and rock. 2, 3, 4. This is the second side. Hold. Here we go. And rock. 2, 3, 4. And march in place. Find a comfortable pace. Let's go forward and back. Reaching up. 2, 3, 4. And back. 2, 3, 4. That's great. I see you guys moving. Reach it up and take it back. 2 more. Forward and back. Forward and back. Let's take that slow march for 2 and up to speed for 4 steps. Slow march. Woo! There it is. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow lift. There it is. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. Lift. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time to each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lift. And lift. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock side to side. Keep that toe attached. Make it a nice big step. Comfortable for you. Keep your body facing forward. Let's take it a little bit larger if you're able to lift it. Let's do 8 each side. We've done 2 each side. This is number 3. Taking a very gentle bended knee right here. Strength through the knees and the ability to do a little bit of bending helps to give you shock absorption, and that helps with balance. 2 more to the left and right. Last time. There it is. I want you to hold right here. We're going to reach up and down with a gentle knee bend, just a very gentle knee bend. And if you don't want to bend your knees, just stay right here and work your arms. Reach up and down. Lift your diaphragm. Make sure you're breathing. Lift up and down. Add that bend whenever you are comfortable. Right here. Lift, down, reach, and lower. 2 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Hold. If you have that gentle bend, hold right here because we're going to reach overhead for some stretching. Right here. We're just holding it. Your torso continues to face forward. Hips and shoulders facing forward. Your elbow is up over your ear. You're using this arm to support your upper body in this lean. Reach long. Let's bring it to the other side. Reach out, up and over to the side. Very gentle, long stretch. You're going to feel it right here between the hip bone, the top of the hip bone, and your armpit. You're going to feel that stretch along the side of your body. Your whole body is facing forward. Release. Let's do it again, one to each side. Stretch out, up and over. Keep that elbow lifted up over your ear. Supporting yourself right here with this hand, or you know what? You can hold on to that chair if you like. That's a nice option. Reach out, up and over to the other side, out, up and over, reaching long, elbow up over the ear. Feel that stretch along the side of your body. Supporting yourself with this arm. Release, forward, woo, and a gentle twist. Upper body to the side, holding on at your waist as you look to the side, and you allow your shoulders to follow as well as your rib cage, but your hips continue facing forward. Think belly button to the front, shoulders to the side, and feel that action right through your waist. And to the other side, woo! Getting a great stretch in here. And if you haven't released your knees, go ahead and do that. I didn't mean to have you holding on that whole time. One more time to each side with this upper body twist. And you're breathing in the stretch, and be sure your neck is lengthened and you're relaxing your shoulders. Notice quite a bit this morning, my shoulders have been hunching up along my ears, and we don't want that to happen. Other side. And release. If you are able to hinge forward, either with or without the use of the chair, do that right now with a gentle bend to the knees. If you are able to reach right here and support your upper body with your hands right here above your knees, let's take one shoulder forward with a little bit of a twist, looking to the side, engaging the muscles in your back. Straight forward with a flat back, and let's go to the other side. One shoulder forward. Feel that twisting action. And release. Use your arms right here to press back up into the standing position. We're going to grab a hold of the chair now and do a little bit of knee bend, so a little bit of leg work, starting first with your legs directly forward. So your toes are facing forward and your knees. And we're going to just do a very gentle knee bend. Say hello to your knees. Wake up. We're going to bend a little bit, strengthening the quadriceps. Keep it very small. We'll use the chair when we are ready to go deeper into this knee bend and actually do a squat. Right now, I just want you to focus on engaging your quads and doing a gentle knee bend and keeping the form of knees aiming over the toes, aiming forward and not twisting to the side, but going directly forward and up. 4 more, right here, and up. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Great job. We're going to do a kick to the forward, lifting through the torso. Hold on to that chair for support. And I'm going to move back so you can see my feet. My feet are facing forward, toes face front. And all I want to do is lift with a straight leg so that my foot clears the floor. I am lifting no higher than to have my heel right in front of my toes on the standing leg. And we're just doing 8. So we have 4 more to go. And this is a small lift again. Remember, small lift. 2 more right here. And here's the last one. And now lifting to the side. Toes are still facing forward. Nice and tall on that supporting leg. 4 more right here. Keep those toes facing forward. Toes and knees face forward. 2 more. Strong body. Last one right here. We're going to switch sides before we go any further because I know how much pressure that puts on the standing leg. So I'm switching my chair so that you can continue to see me. So we're just going to start again, feet facing forward, and they're kind of close together, but they're underneath my hips right here. I'm holding onto the chair for support. I'm just going to lift my outside leg with my toes facing forward and flexed. I just want my heel to wind up right in front of the toes on my standing leg, no higher than that. And by in front, I don't mean crossed over in front. My feet are beside one another here. Lifting, feel that strengthening that's happening on the standing leg as you work the hip on the outside leg. 4 more right here, strong and tall. You can put your hand on your hip if you're comfortable with that, or just let it hang. You're not doing anything with that right now. 2 more. There it is. Last one. And now let's do those side lifts. Again, get yourself in a good position, lengthening that standing leg, and it's a very small lift. See, it's not far at all. We're not going for height here. We're going for form and strengthening. You're going to feel this even though it's a very little lift. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And here's the very last one. Woo! We're going to do them to the rear now, but we're going to face the chair. So I'm going to turn the chair this way. I think that enables you to see me. I have enough clearance here. And I'm just going to stand comfortably. The chair here, height is right at my hips. I can just gently hold on. And starting with the outside foot, I'm going to lift my leg to the rear. Again, it's a small movement. Tightening through the hips with each move. My knee is not bent, not locked either, but just long. Think about a long leg, lengthened. Strong and tall through the body, supporting, lifting through the torso, diaphragm lifted. Hips face forward, not twisting with this. Straight back. So you have to tighten and squeeze right here to lift toward the back. And just 2 more. There it is. Last one, we're going to switch legs. 8 on this side. There it is. Get your position first before you start. Test it out a little bit. Strengthening the back. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Great job. Here's the last one. Very nice. Widen your stance now. Toes pointed directly at the legs of your chair and step out just slightly. We're going to do some squats right here in this position. And because we have the chair for support, you can really direct your tailbone out and back. The goal here is to keep the knees pointing in the direction that the toes are pointing, but also not to let them go forward in that direction over your toes. but to keep your knees back and let your torso go to the rear. That's why in a correct squat position here, what we're doing is holding on. It really does send you off balance if you are using the correct muscles. Squeezing through the hips to come upright, and you've got a good squat. It's right here. We don't go very deep because form is more important than range of motion. Taking it back and down and up. Just 2 more. This is intense. Here it is. And last one, nice and slow. And let's bring it up. I want you to do some calf work now. I believe that strong feet are important in balance. It's one of the reasons that I like to work out without shoes is because I work through my feet. If you're working in shoes and you feel like you have weak feet and ankle, you have to do what feels safer to you. But we are holding on today, and maybe you'll feel inclined. We're going to do some heel raises right here, just lifting our heels up off the floor with a long, straight leg and return to the floor. And holding on for balance, lift and lower. If you can just lift your heels up ever so slightly and return to the floor, you are beginning to strengthen the muscles that surround your ankles as well as your calves and little tiny muscles that are in your feet. If you can raise up higher, do so, but whatever feels comfortable for you. This may feel intense on your calves. You may really notice this tomorrow. Those of you who have fabulous balance and are doing this without the support of the chair, great job. It looks like this. Or if you want to use your arms for additional balance, you got that right here. Let's go up this time and see if we can just hold it ever so slightly. Whatever your height position is on your heel raise, squeezing those calf muscles, and if you can lift up off the chair just slightly, very nice. And release, great job. We got to stretch now. This was intense on the calves, so I like to place the ball of my foot or my toes against the leg of the chair with a straight leg now. I'm going to just press forward and stretch out my calf muscle, lengthening my leg and pressing my body forward into the chair. And release. Let's do that with the other leg. Pressing the ball of the foot against the leg of the chair with my heel down, toes up, and I'm going to press into the chair with my body, leaning forward so I feel that full stretch against my calf muscle. And release. Great job. Holding on to the chair again for the next movement here. What I want you to do is take your outside leg and lift it off the floor. Now you might choose to rest it here along your shin or along your ankle and let your knee just fall comfortably to the side, wherever you're comfortable with that. We're going to work our arm lifting up and open. Lift up and open. Now with this arm on the chair, I want you to just use fingertips. So you may feel your standing foot working to feel the balance in the floor because you're on one leg and you're kind of testing a little bit your stability by moving this arm up and open. If you feel comfortable releasing the chair for a minute, try that. Up and open. Oops. And open. That's what happens. Up And that's why we have that chair. And open, just two more. And open. Here's the last one. And open. Great job. I'm going to have you take this outside leg and cross over the standing leg. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time, can you let go and stand with your legs crossed? If you have that ability, let's go up and open. Give it some movement. Up and open. Take it up and open. I hope this feels good for you this morning. Open side, 4 more. 3, 2, and here's the last one. Woo! Very nice. We're going to do those 2 exercises to the other side. So first you want to gain your position, figure out where you are, and get your fingertips against the back of that chair, lifting one foot and just hold it gently down here around your ankle or rest it on the top of your foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to lift up overhead and open side. And if you feel like your balance is strong, challenge yourself and release that chair. I feel that the foot that's on the floor is really working to control this balance this morning for me. I don't know how you feel. We have just 2 more. And here's the last one. Woo! All right, good job. Cross over now. Feel what that's like to have your legs crossed over now so you have a less stable base of support for sure, even though both feet are on the floor. And if you're able to let go of the chair, do a reach overhead with both arms and open. If you want to hold on for support, just do one arm. And it's up and open. Lift up and open. Are we smiling? Lift and open. Lift and open. Just 2 more. And open. Last one. And open. Great. We're going to prepare for our seated exercises and our stretching, which we do in the chair. And the first exercise that we're going to do is a squat, but what we're going to just do is tap to the seat of the chair and stand back up. So you want to, you can kind of test out where you are here. I'm going to be a little bit further. And all we're going to do is work that squat so that you're going to sit down on the chair, tap, and return. Hopefully this is good for you this morning. If not, you could sit down and wait for the next exercise, or just do a very gentle knee bend if you want to just stand here. But for those of you who are willing to test a full squat, we're going to do 1 set. I call these tap and go. So we're going to just take that squat, tap, and return to the chair like you're going to sit down and change your mind. Tap and go. Tap and go. Reach back with the tailbone. Tap and go. Don't let those knees go too far forward. Tap and go. I use my arms out here to counterbalance since this squat really shoots me off my center of gravity. Lean back, tap and go. Working the hips, tap and go. Tap and go. 2 more. And here's the last one. Go ahead and sit down. All right, we're going to be doing a lot of our hip work and hip stretching here in the chair. And remember that we're working our core for balance in this class. So we're strengthening through here with the intent of improving balance. And part of that is posture. So let's do a set of the alphabet strengthening and stretching exercises. which help with postural correction. And I do these in my core classes, and I wanted to implement them in the balance class because they are very important. It's good that if you have strong posture, it helps to prevent falls, and that's really what the goal is here. So remember that our alphabet exercises are making the letters Y, W, T, and L with your arms. So you're going to lift up in the Y position. Lift up right here. Thumbs are pressing backward. Take those upper arms and push back beyond the midline of the body, if that's available to you. Holding this position and feel what is happening through your shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades sliding in toward your spine. And now bring your elbows down and back. Thumbs still facing or leaning or in the direction of, pointing to the back wall, and your elbows, your arms beyond the midpoint of the body. So behind the shoulders, behind your ears, and feel the difference now in what muscles are acting as you draw that in. Opening the arms now. I have to turn because I'm running into the wall. I'll turn and face you. Palms down, pinkies to the back, and press those lengthened arms beyond the midline of the body. Feeling the shoulder blades squeezing together, sliding in toward the spine, and slightly different shoulder muscles being worked in the back. Your upper back is working hard now to correct your posture as you open up your chest with the stretching in the front of your body. And now bringing your elbows into your sides. Your palms are up, thumbs facing backward, forearms pressing behind the midline of the body. You're going to feel this now in your mid-back as you work to improve the muscles that help with posture. And release. Let's do some of our hip work. Sitting on the edge of the chair, you may want to hold on to the chair for extra support, starting with your legs out in front of you. So wherever you are in your chair where you feel supported, your legs are going to go out in front, and we're going to just take one leg to start with and cross it over the ankle, and then let your knee drop open. I needed to move forward a little bit so that I could actually get in this position. So the knee right here is kind of facing outward at a 45-degree angle, while this leg rests on my other leg. And on my supporting leg, my knees face up, my toes face up. I'm going to hold on to the chair and just hinge forward with a flat back, a lengthened spine. I hinge forward over top of my legs, feeling a stretch up through the hamstring of the supporting leg, and beginning to feel some tension on this outer hip. And that's where we're directing this stretch. This stretch is going to get deeper with each of the two successive positions I'm going to show you. So hold this stretch at whatever area that you're comfortable, so whatever the depth is for you, checking your form, flat back. Remember that your form is more important than the range of motion, so don't round your back to go deeper. Flat back helps to really work this through the hips. That's what we're aiming for. Breathe through your stretch, and then use your hands either on the chair to help you come back up or on the top of your thighs, pressing the torso back up into the upright position. Now with the leg that's on top, bring the foot up over the knee. If you have this range of motion accessible to you today, go ahead and do this. If not, repeat this stretch with your ankles crossed. That will work just as well because that's what your range is today. In this position, again, we're going to go forward. Be sure this leg is not on the knee joint, but above the knee. And if that means you have to hold it, as I do because it's sliding today. I'm going to hold it here and hold on to the chair with my other leg as I hinge forward with a long lengthened spine. Hinging forward, now I'm feeling the stretch on my outer hip as well as up through the hamstring of the supported leg. And I have my toes lifted, which adds to that stretch. And as you reach the extent of your range of motion and feel that tension, continue breathing right there through that. And then when you're ready, come back up into the upright position. The third position, most challenging position, is to bring this supported leg back up into the 90-degree angle of the knee bend. Keeping this leg on top, above the knee, wherever it's comfortable for you to let this knee fall open. Holding on perhaps here to your shin bone or onto the chair for more support. You're going to hinge forward just to wherever the range of motion takes you. I don't have a lot of flexibility through my outer hip. So this is as far as I can go and still talk and breathe because I'm really feeling it here. And it's important that we keep our hips flexible. It's another area that tends to tighten up as we get older. Lack of flexibility throughout this area, throughout the outer hip, sometimes can contribute to low back pain. Sometimes. All these things work together. And release. Come back up. Use your hands for support if necessary. And release this leg back down to the floor. It now becomes the supporting leg. Once again, extend your legs out in front of you. And with the leg that we didn't work, cross that over at the ankles. And then let it turn to the side and fall open to wherever it's comfortable. And let's take that first stretch, hinging forward from the hips. Right here, holding onto the chair or the top of the thighs, whichever is better for you. Be sure you keep that back long and lengthened. We're not rounding the back over to get a further, deeper stretch, but keeping it right here to make sure that the stretch is addressing the muscles that we are intending. Right here. And when you reach that length of stretch, right where you feel that tension, I want you to just breathe. Just breathe for a few seconds. And if you repeat this stretch on your own, always remember that the key to good stretching is holding right at that stretch point where you can't go any further, and relax and just breathe into the stretch. Hold it for 10 to 20 seconds if you're able to, and then release. Great. Take this stretch deeper if you're with me this morning, bringing this leg up above, right above the knee and resting it there, holding on if that feels better for you. One hand here, holding the shin bone in place, letting that knee just drop open wherever it drops to. Watching that the knee of the supporting leg still faces up and the toes are also lifted facing forward. Tall posture, hinge forward. When you get to the point where you can't go any further, breathe into that stretch. Just breathe and hold right here and release. Coming back up. And the final position and most challenging, bending that knee if you're still with me and you have this leg across the top. And the knee is open to just to wherever it will go for you. And that doesn't hurt your knee either in this position because it's a little bit cockeyed. Sitting nice and tall. Hold on to the chair if that's better, or maybe to your shin. And hinge forward with a flat back. Oh, a lot of tension in the side of that hip for me today. Do you notice that one side is more flexible than the other? It gives you a little bit more range of motion. and release. Good job. Go ahead and put that foot back down onto the floor and stay with me. We're going to do some breath work, couple more stretches before we do that. So stay with me. Let's lift up, reach long. And I want you to just go forward with a long back, reaching out in front of you. And when you reach the point that you can't go any further, let your body drop into a smooth C curve, bringing your head down, relax. And press back up into the upright position. Great job. Let's do a gentle twist, looking to the side. In this twisted position when we're seated, you can often use your hands along the side of your thigh or the side of the chair, and a little gentle pressure will give you some additional stretch if you're able to do that through the waist and torso area. Release. Let's go through center and take it to the other side. Lifting through the diaphragm to get that space through the waist. And release. Great job. Let's bring your attention into your breath. If you have water available, go ahead and grab onto that right now. Maybe you can have a little bit of hydration before we begin with our breath work. Relax in your chair and begin to draw your attention to your breathing. If your body prompts you to take a deep breath and sigh, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, breathe naturally and allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. Or maybe you haven't gotten overly out of breath during this class. But as you notice the rise and fall of your diaphragm, think about drawing in positive, wonderful, optimistic, glorious, joyful air filled with gratitude that you came to class, you made it through, worked out with me, and we have this fabulous platform in which we can learn wonderful things. And on your next inhale, imagine a beautiful color, whatever you like. For me today, this color is a bright orange. Filling myself up with the positivity and joy that orange gives me as I inhale. And exhale, releasing gray, negative worries, fears, negativity, judgment, just releasing that and letting it go. And as you continue to breathe and draw your awareness to your breath, I want you to bring your attention to some of these words of affirmation that I'm going to share with you. And maybe one of them will resonate with you and you'll take it with you through the day and into your weekend. I trust the intelligence within me. So I listen to those messages that I get from my body and I trust them. I know that they are valid. They tell me things like, hey, you need to drink water. You know what? It's time for a nap. Or maybe you need to go take a walk around the block. So I trust those little messages that my body gives me. I do my best to act upon them. I forgive myself and move on. I forgive myself for things that I have done in the past, maybe things I did yesterday, and I let it go. I don't continue thinking about it or worrying about it. I move on. I accept myself totally in the now. Right now, today, the way I feel, with my aches and pains, my limitations, I accept myself totally. Maybe I set some goals for myself to improve, but I accept myself. I work on my problems and I let them go. I work on them and I release them. I don't think about them all day long either. It helps to enjoy each and every experience and moment that you have throughout your day if you're not always worried about problems. So do your very best to live for the joy and notice the beauty in life instead of being caught up in negative thoughts and worries throughout the day. So stay with me as I approach the screen and share my closing slides. Grab your water if you need that. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Thanks again for joining me. I'm so glad that you were with me this morning. I know you guys know that being able to start your day with some kind of fitness is healthy, and it's the best way to activate both your body and your mind. Once again, I thank you. I encourage you, if you're active on social media, to share your experience using the hashtag #GetSetUp or the @GetSetUp, or email Liz at getsetup.io if you're not really active on social media, because that's okay. She can take your stories or your anecdotes or your experiences with this class and others, and she can put them on social media. She doesn't have to use your name. It can be anonymous, but we're just looking for some positive experiences that people are having. Look for some other related classes that you might like over the weekend, like Ageless Grace, or the line dancing classes, or even yoga. There's a number of yoga instructors now, and you can look for those. And I know there are other movement classes available. We also have Tai Chi. I have to add that to my slide. And my next class next week on Monday, we start with core training. On Tuesday, we have Let's Get Moving. And on Wednesday, there is seated strength training. Be on the lookout for the email that will come to you from Get Set Up that will contain some notes about class. My notes contain key takeaways from what we learned in this morning's session, as well as some downloadable tips. You can download and print out the attachment. One of them is like you can hang it in your workout space for reminders about breathing and modifying exercises. The email will also contain some suggested classes for you, as well as a link to share your feedback. You can now invite a friend. After you book your class, look for the screen that says invite a friend, and then that will take you to the next part where you enter your friend's email address and click on the orange tab, and they will automatically receive an email that invites them to join Get Set Up. Here is the important email for you to remember. It's help@getsetup.io. That's the email that you want to remember. Write it down, have it handy. It's the one that you would use to request a recording of today's session or to host an interest group about another topic that you're passionate about. Let us know that you have an interest and would like to host a group. You could also suggest a new class about a different topic maybe we're not offering at this time. And know that we do partner with many different organizations across the country, various assisted care, senior living, government and community organizations. And you can request a session recording by emailing help@getsetup. Just another reminder about how important that email address is. Once again, thank you for joining me today, and I hope everybody has a fabulous and wonderful weekend. Remember to smile. Take care now, everybody.
Thanks, Stacy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Welcome. Glad to
Thank
see you,
you.
Beverly. Thank you.
As much as you need to.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.